What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have another subscriber requested course for you beautiful people today. As for today's video, we are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, playing Dauphin, I believe it's pronounced. It looks similar to like Dolphin without the L, but Dauphin Highlands golf course, again in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This comes courtesy of a subscriber by the name of Iron Geek 7933. When I clicked on the profile, the name was Scott Michael. So shout out to you, Iron Geek or Scott Michael, for the request. Scott said he gave me this course and another course, and then after he came back and said I should have given you some details. Unsure how this will factor on Home Tee Hero, but Dauphin Highlands has difficult fast greens and a lot of elevation change. The par 5 hole 16 is one of the most difficult holes I've ever played. Even if in the fairway, if you are not in the right location, any shot at the green is shielded by trees, mostly forcing you to take 3 shots at best to get to the green. This and Iron Valley, which is the other one he gave me, are two of my favorite courses in the area. So again, shout out to Scott Iron Geek for the request. We're going to give it a go. It sounds a little bit daunting from that description, but we're going to try our best. I'm going to do this video first as the first one of the day, and then I'm planning on doing another buff bogey video with one of the 12 hardest holes, or one of the 12 hardest courses in the world. But wasn't super happy with how I was swinging it last time I came out here, so hopefully we can play just a little bit better. Put up halfway decent scores, but I don't think I wasn't hitting it great. Today I did a relatively abbreviated warm-up again, still trying to stick with kind of slinging the ball out to the right with that tennis topspin type of feel. I caught a couple thin, but some of them were going real far, like 5, 10, sometimes even 15 yards for the few that I hit, over what my regular stock yardages are. So the other day, one thing that I didn't do when I came out, it was probably about a week ago when I said I had a really good range session. I was swinging pretty hard at stuff, and I was just flushing everything, so I think it kind of promoted me, gave me the confidence to swing even harder at stuff because I was making good contact. And then the other day, it seems like, obviously here and on course, you're not swinging at a million, like your actual like top end type of speed, because you want to try to obviously make decent contact and have it go straight. But I do think I need to just ramp up speed just a little bit, and oddly enough, I don't know if you guys are the same out there, but sometimes when you just kind of swing a little bit harder and not try to steer the ball as much, but kind of just let your instincts take over, sometimes it's actually a little bit better. But I don't know, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully that if I see some yardage increases across the bag, maybe they'll level itself out, so maybe it's 5 yards, hopefully not too much more than like 10 or 15, but if that's the case and it remains that, then I'll have to kind of adjust what I hit things out here, and on course. But real quick for the rundown: Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, DIY stance mat, Callaway super fast balls, 10x7 nets, and Home Tee Hero you're seeing within the Garmin Golf app here. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're playing the black tees, which are the furthest back as always. So first hole is a par 4, 412, down 16 yards, looks pretty narrow. Gonna go right about there, have a little bit room left and right. The extra 17 yards of downslope's gonna help it. We'll see. Haven't hit driver, only hit what I hit. A couple 48 degrees, a couple pitching wedges, and a couple 9 irons. That's all I did before. Probably 10 or 15 shots, if that. So I haven't hit driver yet. I was catching everything low on the face, and I was thinking, I mean, I wasn't super happy with how I was hitting the ball, but at least the miss was low and left. So I mean, I was turning them over. I was going a little bit too much of it, but from that feeling I was trying to work on with the tennis topspin type of feel, I mean, I guess that was the general direction I was trying to go. I just overdid it. So we're going to try to maybe go back a little bit more towards neutral and still either have a ball that's relatively straight or, 5 or 10 yards left or right, hopefully, of where we're aimed. So first driver swing, but I want to try to maybe play it just a little bit further forward and hit it a little more on the upswing so I can find it a little more towards the center of the face, not super low like I was doing the other ones, but that will remain to be seen. First swing. Well, that one was definitely not low on the face, that was high on the face. Not high enough to leave a sky mark or anything, but I did pop that up to the right. It's not going to be great. Remember, we had that downslope too, so 276, that was in reality, what was it, 17 yards or something like that? That was only like 260 that popped it up. But second shot, 137, down 3, and we're in the rough. So 134 plus another 14 puts us at 144, 148. Gonna go smooth 9. I hit a pitching wedge really thin on the range before, and it went 170. So I was thinking this number, if I hit a pitching wedge really hard, I could maybe get it there, but that was like, I sculled it and it went 170, so can't expect to do that every time. But I'm gonna choke down maybe an inch or so on this 9 iron, and let's see what we can do here. All right, pulled it a little bit left. We'll see. Looks like it's straightening out. That'll work. It'd be nice if we not only have a decent score here today, but I feel like I hit some good shots. That driver swing wasn't great. Hopefully that will slowly but surely correct itself. That was a decent 9 iron swing for a choke down swing, but after a day like I came out the other day, I mean, I played halfway decent score-wise, but you go in and you're just not really happy of what you did versus coming out here and feeling, even if I don't score well, I'd rather hit the ball well and not score well and feel good about some of the changes that I'm trying to make in my progress. But hopefully after this one, and then, I mean, we're 1 under through 1. After this video, and then hopefully I carry it over into that buff bogey after, so I don't have to do 200 push-ups, but hopefully we play well overall today. But a lot of holes left. Second hole, par 4, 309, up 16. So 278 right there. I mean, these bunkers are calling our name over to the right, but 280 and up 17. So I need, basically, I gotta hit something. In order to get 280, I gotta hit it 297, which won't happen, but looking for something with that. If we hit one 270, we'll get, what, 253 out of it on that line. All right, hit it a little bit harder. That was towards the heel. I didn't release the club enough on that one, but it's gonna be up the right. A little bit better contact though. So that was about, right what I said, that was about 270 on a slight miss hit, but a little bit better. 59 yards left, up 8. Scott wasn't lying, there is a lot of elevation. Even these second shots, like 8 yards into a green from only 50 yards is a good amount, especially those tee boxes, they were a lot too, so got to keep an eye on all the slope up and down here. So that puts us at 67 plus another 6, puts us at 73, I believe, if I did my math right. I'm gonna go 52 degree and play the best that I can, just shy of 75 yards here. Pulled it a little bit left, caught it a little bit heavy, that may cancel it out. Sit. All right, a little bit long, generally speaking, here and on course. That is one thing that the Garmin does pretty good. When you do pull it left, you do see more distance both here and on course, and I knew, considering I hit that a little bit heavy and I pulled it, it was still a little bit long, but kind of canceled it out. If I caught that clean and I pulled it, that would have been off the green to the left. Still 1 under through 2. Third hole, par 4, 447, down 26 yards. Jeez, this would be a cool course to see. It's kind of tough in my head to like visualize what 28 yards of downslope is off a tee box, but this would probably be a pretty cool course layout to go and play on course. I can see why Iron Geek was saying this is one of his favorites in the area. So let's see, if I hit this, if I hit this 270, I'm gonna get almost 300 out of it. That was off the crown. Luckily it didn't leave a mark, but that was a quarter of the ball. Well, that was kind of my worry. That's why I wasn't super disappointed last time. I was catching it low on the face, just because I wasn't putting sky marks. That was super high on the face. We got 235 out of it. That was like a 200-yard swing. Got to level things back out a little bit. I don't want to be putting sky marks on the driver, so a little bit lower on the face than that is where we're trying to be. A little too much overcompensation. That's the tough thing about it. You make little tiny swing changes and make little adjustments. Real is different than feel, so even just a minor little adjustment can make a big difference, but that wasn't great. We have 221 into this green, down 9, so that puts us at 212 plus another 22, puts us at 232, 234, I think. We either go 5 or I could go 4 hybrid. Guess we'll go 4 hybrid, see what happens. Could be a little bit too much club, but based on that last driver swing, I don't feel great about. The 5 iron is one of the more difficult clubs in my bag for me to hit. This one, definitely don't need a massive swing out of it. You usually see about between 240 and 250 out of it when I hit it well. We don't need quite that much, but just solid contact. Topped it, pulled it a little bit left, we'll see. Straighten out just a little bit, catch the piece, bounce right. Oh. Alright, I mean, all things considered, not a great swing, but alright, gotta put this inside the inner circle to save par here. So 15 yards up 1, and we're in the rough, so 16's like 17 and a half. Going 60 degree. Obviously, right between 15 and 20 is what I'm trying to do. Maybe on the longer side, that could be closer to 20, 25. Yeah, but I think we stay inside the inner circle. That was close enough for it to work out. I believe we saved par. Last time I mentioned, it's cool out. I think, like I said, those warm days are behind us. Last time I had 2 iced teas out here. This time I got 1 Gatorade, 1 iced tea. Or sweet tea. It's like room temperature water bottle, but alright. 1 under through 3, 4th hole par 3, 160. So going 9 iron. No slope, I don't believe. We don't have, I should double check. Yeah, no water. We got bunkers all over the place, but thin, a little bit left. That could be off the back. We'll see. Get down. Kind of what I was talking about. Luckily I landed soft. That was a little bit thin, but 163 from that 9 iron. I am, like I said, swinging just a little bit harder. I'm not trying to swing out of my shoes, but just trying to continuously ramp up speed as time goes on. But 163, again, that was a little bit thin, but I usually play that 9 iron to about 150, 155. So that's kind of the longer distances I was talking about. 5th hole, par 5, 477. We got 284 right there. No slope on this one. All right, let's not sky it. As another plane goes over. There was another smaller plane going over when I was warming up, and I was thinking, like I said last time, I don't know, it's not like I live near an airport, but no matter what happens, that one sounds like a actual like travel, like Southwest type of airplane, as opposed to the Army ones, and there was like a little smaller propeller plane going over before. But like every time I'm outside when I'm not playing here, I usually never hear airplanes, and it seems like no matter whatever time I come out here on these days, happens to be planes going over. Alright, pulled that left, but that was pretty close to the center of the club face. Hopefully it doesn't, I know there's water over there to the left. Hopefully it doesn't go that far left. 259. Still, confidence isn't quite there with the driver. So I mean, 259 to the rough, we're in play, but I'd like to see closer to 270, 280, obviously in the fairway, but beggars can't be choosers, as I said last time. 220 left into this green, up 4, so that puts us at 224. I know we're aimed 217, but that's just where it suggests us to hit it. So we got 224 to the green, plus another 22, puts us at 246, I think. So this one should be a better, if I hit it clean, a better full 4 hybrid distance. Hit it better, but I left it out to the right. Frustrating, because those aren't even like that horrendous of swings. Don't get me wrong, those aren't what we're looking for, but it's just you do certain things sometimes with these clubs and you get accustomed to it and think that you can do it every time. It's just not the case. So something like that, which wasn't even that bad. I mean, we got 20 yards left, hitting 3 into a par 5. It's just not exactly what we were looking for, but 20 yards on the dot, no slope, no rough, so we're gonna go 60. Caught that one a little bit heavy. That's going to be a tad short, I think. That's probably closer to 15. Wow, maybe not. Maybe it drop kicked. I've mentioned it before. Sometimes it's a little misleading. Sometimes you catch them heavy on this mat, and obviously you can't take a divot, so sometimes you catch it a little bit early. Birdie, that was generous. Sometimes you catch it a little bit early and it feels heavy, which in real life would dig into the grass, be a fat shot and come up a little bit short. Sometimes with this, it actually, you catch it fat, and because of the mat, it skips off the club. It almost accelerates, or skipped off the mat and accelerates the club to something like that, where it felt like it was going to be 15, but it was actually closer to like 25. 2 under somehow. 6th hole, par 4, 360. We got trees here. What was the hole Scott was talking about? The 16th, par 5, 16th. Down 3 yards, we got trees, so we gotta have a pretty good shot here. Maybe turn one over just a little bit, right to left. That's what I was doing last time. Low on the face up the left. It'll be fine. It's just a low rocket up the left, down the middle, but again, like I was saying last time, that type of swing, we got 258 out of it. If I launch that just a little bit higher and don't close the club face as much, that's like a 275, 280 swing if I can just launch it a little bit higher. Driver seems to come and go though without any rhyme or reason. I'm sure obviously you guys could probably tell too. Sometimes it's tough to diagnose your own swing. There's probably 1 or 2 or 3 little things that I'm doing slightly different that I don't realize, but it seems like I'm trying to swing. Obviously you come out and you develop a swing, you try to do the same thing kind of over and over again, and for whatever reason sometimes I hit it better than not. But 104 up 2, so we got 106 going choke down 48. I'm gonna basically just play I wish I could dial in enough to where I can hit it 106 versus 100, but basically I'm just going to do my 100-yard swing with this. That should still put us on the green. Left out to the right. Should still be on, just right side, but yep. Tad short right. That'll do, however. Should be a par. Trying the best that I can, although it's not very hot out. Trying to stay hydrated, especially for that next video I have coming up with potentially a lot of push-ups. But if we do this next time, don't reward myself for birds or anything, but we'd be no push-ups through 6 holes if this was the next video, so at least that's somewhat promising. 7th hole, par 5, 527. You can see, I think, a little bit. I like the fact that they do give you the number so you can like adjust for it versus trying to guess, but you can see a little bit of undulation, in my opinion, with the fairway here. Looks like some rolling greens type of fairway. Same thing as the last one. That might have been even lower somehow. Low and up the left. I got that one high drive that luckily, like I said, didn't leave a mark, but I got that in the back of my head, so now I'm trying to, whatever I do, don't do that again. And then, like I've been saying, overcompensate the other way. Now I'm catching everything low again. That was one good thing about that driver that I have down in Florida when I was using that last year. I think it was only like 75 bucks I bought it used, but something like that, you don't really care. You can experiment a little bit more, and you don't really care if you mark it up with idiot marks, sky marks as they call them, just because, I mean, it's so cheap you can just buy another one. But something like this, that's a brand new Stealth 2 driver, 2023. Luckily I didn't buy it because my other one cracked and TaylorMade sent me this one, but nonetheless, you don't want to go and mess up a almost $600-700 driver. Second shot, 279. Do we go through these trees? I mean, we're not going to hit it this far, but that looks like a decent line this way at least. Right where we're aimed, we got 264, up 3. The problem is we're in the rough, so the 10% is going to be almost 30 yards there. So from there, we need basically 300 off the deck, which isn't going to happen. But I think I'm going to take that line and hit the 3 hybrid through there, and ideally get through those trees and have like 100 yards or less as another plane goes over. 100 yards or less into this green. That's not going to get there. That was extremely heavy. Just get through the trees. Go, go, go. Yes, off the cart path. That was such a lucky bounce. That's exactly what we needed right there. We were going to be, if that landed a yard or 2 left or right and on that cart path, it would have been blocked out, but luckily we got a really generous bounce off that cart path and put us in a decent position here. So, not the shot we wanted, but that was the shot we needed. We got 92 left, up 2, and we're in the rough, so 94, plus we'll call it another 9-10 yards, so basically 104. Same thing, going 48, just gonna hit my 100-yard shot here. Thin and right, that's gonna have to get down. It might be off the back. Land soft, land soft. It did. Sometimes those are a little bit deceiving too, because generally when you hit those, obviously it's pretty generous around the greens because there's no putting, so they land soft, but generally on course a shot like that, you hit it thin, that would just hit the green and ran off the back. But I think because one, they're generous around the greens because they land soft and home to hero, and 2, in my opinion, or my guess is, that when you hit it thin like that, ball speed is slightly down, so it comes up just a tad shorter than what you would see on course in real life, but nonetheless, we're still 2 under through 7. 8th hole par 3, long par 3 at that from these back tees. 227 down 3. So, gonna go 5 iron. Hopefully, have something relatively straight here. Horrendous. Super fat, super low, super left. That's what I get for trying to work on swing changes as I'm trying to play around. Can't hit a 5 iron too much worse than that. And we're right behind this tree. So 52 left, up 8, and we're in the rough. So that puts us at 60 plus another 5, so 65. Gonna go 52, and I'm hoping that smaller bush looking style tree is short enough to where we can get this 52 up and over it. If it gets over it, that could be long. I hit that a little bit harder than I would have liked. Oh, it caught the tree though, and it's gonna come up short. Wow, we almost got it to work. That felt like closer to a 75-yard shot on accident. Didn't mean to hit it that hard, but the tree slowed us down. So now we got a bunker to deal with, and we need to hold this to scrape out a par. So 18 yards up to, and we're in the bunker. How does this bunker look? Doesn't look super deep. Usually I go by, lately what I've been doing is looking at kind of like the shadow around the edge of the bunker to see. This one looks flatter, so it'll probably play closer to that 20% that it actually says. The super deep ones, it comes out a lot softer. So we're at 20 with the slope. 20% is going to be another 4, so 24. I'm going to go 56 and probably play right in between, like a 25, 30-yard shot. Should be able to get us out of this bunker and relatively close to that inner circle. Pulled it a little bit left. Should be pretty close to that number though. Alright, all things considered. Bogey, gave one back, but that could have been a lot worse. Alright, on to the 9th hole. 1 under through 8. 9th hole, par 4. 4, 3, 8. Down 2 yards there. Driver is such a big aspect of my game. When I'm hitting it well, I feel like everything else just follows along. When I'm struggling like I am right now to kind of confidence-wise and find in the middle of the face some of the other shots too, it trickles down. So I'm hoping to, not exactly the start I was looking for with driver, but hopefully we figure a couple things out here and start striping a few. Better. Still low on the face, not quite as low, but that was better. It's going to start up the right, come back left, still a low launch on it, but that could be maybe 260, 270, 271. All right, 168. So kind of an in-between yardage. Again, 9 iron, usually about 155, maybe 160 today. 8 iron, usually about 170, 175. So it's closer to that. I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna try to not clobber it and just hit a smooth 8 for about 170 yards here. Pulled it left. That ball had rolled like half a dimple before I hit that. I should have backed away from it. We'll see if we get it to work, but that could be long left. Land soft. All right. I don't know why I do that to myself. Sometimes I line up to the ball and it doesn't feel quite right, or something like that happens where, I don't know if the camera caught it, but it rolled like a dimple or two. I should just back off it and reset. Halfway decent score though through 9. 1 under through 9, 10th hole par 4, 3-4-9. We have a dog leg right slightly, so up 9 yards too. This bunker over there that we're going right over is calling our name. So basically right there to land, we need 296, which is unlikely the way I've been swinging it as of late. It's possible, but unlikely. So, like I said, that bunker's calling my name, but even if we catch that, it should just put us in decent position. I'm rushing my backswing. I'm going to slow that down a tad. Low in the face again, up the left. Should miss the bunker left. Just low nose-divey shots. Granted, that was like 262 because of the slope, but still, not a great swing. Gotta go back to what I was doing a few weeks ago with that. More controlled, kind of more width in the takeaway, keeping the club face more square, closed, looking at the ball, and a bigger, deeper turn. Now when I felt like I rushed it. 100 yards up 4, 104. Going back to it. I do like this number, right around 100 yards with this 48. Alright, straighter. Popped it up just a tad, but I should be pretty close to the number and pretty much at it. A little bit long. I hit that better though, so that's a good miss. We'll take that. Eleventh hole, par 4. 396. More not so nicely placed bunkers out there. Not too much slope though. Let's see if we can kind of split the uprights, so to speak, with those bunkers and put this right in between it. Start up the right. A little bit better. Higher on the face towards the toe, but that was a better controlled takeaway. Even a little bit better contact too. 265. Still got more in the tank, but .131 up 2, and we're in the rough. So that puts us at 133 plus 13 puts us at 143, 145. So again, kind of a shot I've been working on, experimenting with. And when I say work on, just I've been trying to hit it back here. I really should come out here and just hit like 100 shots with a choke down 9. So what I've been trying to do is choke down almost to the bottom of the grip here and hit this 9 iron about 140, 145. So what I was looking for, hit it kind of hard though. It might be on the longer side. Started up the right. I thought that was going to come back a little bit more, but we shall take it. A little bit of a misread in my opinion on that. Distance was probably pretty close to it. I hit it decent, but that one felt more of like a draw type of swing, and it kind of stayed out to the right. 1 under through 11, 12th hole, par 5. We are way back here. 539. Down 8 though. Alright. We'll aim slightly right side of this fairway. See if we can take advantage of that 8 yards of downslope. Turn one over to the left. Hopefully good controlled takeaway, good swing, good contact, and launch the ball up in the air. better. Still didn't get all of it, but that'll draw. Should be right in the middle of the fairway. Promising. Again, I still haven't really caught one great yet, but it's better than what we were doing the other day, and something like that, that's playable all day long. 257 left. Down 7, so we need 250. I'm gonna go, this slants a decent amount by the looks of it from left to right up here, so I'm gonna aim left side of this green, and I'm gonna go 3 hybrid, and if all things go to plan here, considering I hit the 4 right around 245, anywhere between 240 and 250. Like I've said numerous times, this is 19 degrees versus 22, so 3 degrees, and generally speaking you see about 3 to 4 yards per degree aloft. So in theory this should go about 250, 255, possibly 260 if I really catch one. Topped it. That's thin, low, and left, and we aim left. Is it going to come back a little bit for us? Probably not. Close to pin high on the left though. That actually, we probably could have got it close to getting there if we aimed straight. That would have been right at it. I've been slacking on my speed training, but for whatever reason, it seemed like maybe 2 weeks before I went to Florida, in Florida, and since I've been back, for whatever reason I've been swinging it a tad quicker without really working on speed, which is good, because I mean I mishit that and I still got a good amount of distance on it. Pin high, 18 yards, down 4, and then 10%, so 14 plus we'll call it another 2, need right around 16, going 60 degree. Felt decent. I was gonna say that wasn't necessarily heavy, I just kind of utilized the bounce on this club. I kind of just grounded the club as it came in. That was actually decent. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to do that again. Pop that one up a little bit more. The first one was like a tad right, that one was a tad left. We'll see what we get out of it. Oof, just outside the circle. Par though. I guess all things considered, if you would have told me I'd be 1 under through 12 holes before I came out here today, I'd probably take it. I'm swinging it a little bit better, and as a result, I'm playing basically as good, if not even a little bit better score-wise. So still not where I want to be, but swinging it a little bit better and scoring a little bit better. So got to take the good with the bad. So 13th hole par 4, 417, 285 right there. Some at least better driver swings in the right direction the last couple. See if we can keep building on that. I think that's kind of what a roundabout way of saying you wish that you could just continuously build and improve, but that's not the way golf and a lot of things work, to where it's just a linear progression. I just wish that you could constantly just keep building on what you've been trying to do, but sometimes things break down, sometimes things don't go the way you'd like. Still better. That one didn't release the club enough. That's going to be up the right side, but that's a better launch on it at least. That's more of what I've been expecting. And it actually was relatively straight. 274. I don't know if you guys can tell by the way it sounds. Obviously, I try to give my immediate reaction of how I hit it, but not sure if you guys can tell where it hits on the net and the type of launch, but that was a much better, that's basically like my standard kind of launch on driver. Sometimes I hit it, pop it up and hit it higher, and then as of late, those basically all day those other 2 rounds, and then a couple today I was hitting them really low in the face that were just nose diving low and left. But that was a pretty good launch. If I can just strain that out a little bit and increase speed a little bit, that's kind of where I want to be. 145 up 4, so 149, going 9 iron. The question is, how much do I put on this? I can probably do a pretty full swing. I don't need to clobber it. I don't need a full 9, considering that's about usually 155-ish, maybe swinging a little bit quicker, 160. So I don't need quite that much, but I'm gonna choke down maybe half an inch, and just put a good smooth swing on it, hopefully. Pulled it a little bit left. Hopefully that catches the left side. Maybe on the long side again. Sit, 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 sit. Yeah. Not the best swing in the world, but good read from Garmin. We got it to work out. We're holding steady though at 1 under. We gave that 1 back with the bogey. We were 2 under, I believe, and we gave 1 back, but so far, relatively steady Eddie working our way through this. This one looks like, I mean, you look at there's a massive hill, it looks like right where we're aimed. Hopefully we can take advantage of this, and basically you get a massive rollout down this hill if it lands. So 14th hole par 4, 380, 266 where we're aimed, and down 7. So if I hit one 270, 275, we should be able to take advantage of that big hill and get even more out of it. A little bit lower on the face, pulled that left as well. That might be into those trees on the left, we'll see. Go down that hill, get down the hill. All right, we kind of got it there. Not the best strike in the world, but that was kind of what we were looking for. All right, got a decent look at it. And we have a decent number again, which I like with the 48. So 94 up 2, need 96. Just shy of a 100-yard swing here should get us there. Took a little bit off it, possibly too much. That might be front right side. Alright, pin high, a little bit short, a little bit right, but that was exactly what I just did, so. That's at least a manageable miss, though. '15th. Alright, so we got one more. I keep looking at this paper. The next hole, the par 5 16th, is what Scott was saying is really difficult. As for this one, 100 through 14, 15th hole, par 3, 182 up 2, so we need 184. In between an 8 and a 7, probably closer to a 7, so that's what I'm going to do. Usually I play the 7 to about 190 if I'm really striping it, 195, 200, but we're just going to try to, again, put a good smooth swing on it, and even 190 will put us on the green, and if we catch it not great, should be a decent number. A little bit heavy, a little toey, but we didn't need 190, so it could work out. I might need to go just a tad though. Go, 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 go. All right. No, they're par on the books, nothing to complain about there. Some leaves are already starting to fall. We're gonna have fall time coming up pretty soon. Gonna have to be doing some leaf work back here to have this thing look in somewhat decent shape without having leaves all over the place. Plus my OCD. Oh boy. Alright, I can tell what he was talking about here. So this is the hole that Scott was talking about. 16th hole, par 5. And just by the looks of it, without even zooming in and getting the layout, this looks like it could be tough. Looks like a downhill dog leg to the right. 541 yards. Oh yeah. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna run out of space with driver. We could go this way, which isn't the smartest in the world. Is that? I think that's the cart path, not a pond right there. Who knows? That could be out of bounds over there too. So right about there is a manageable distance. 288 down, basically minus 16. So if we take that line, it's right at those trees. Otherwise, I don't love laying up. Otherwise, I'd have to hit like 4 hybrid short left into this fairway over here. I don't love laying up, especially on a par 5. So we're gonna go there and see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky with those trees. Either go in between them, just over them, maybe get a lucky bounce again. Hopefully it's not out of bounds on the right. A little bit low, gonna overcook left. Could work out though. Didn't sound very good. Oh, right off the tree. If that bounced through instead of directly off the tree to the right, we would have been in decent shape, but I think we still have a look here, and we can play from it. Don't love this tree right in front of us, so where's the hole? Still up to the right. I guess I could go this way. I mean, right there where we were aimed is going almost right through the tree. I could go, I don't want to go this far. I think we're going to hug this way. Very high likelihood we catch this tree and it slows it down, but we got 270 up 4, plus it's going to be 27 yards on top of that because of the rough, so we need like 300. I'm just going to rip the 3 hybrid through it and see what happens. A little bit thin, a little bit toey. Ooh, we got it through though. Definitely not the best contact, but from where we were, to get 201 out of that, plus the 27 yards and the slope, that was probably about 230-ish. Not the best hit, obviously, 3 hybrid in the world, but considering where we were, we kind of got ourselves out of jail. And now we've got 70 yards down 7, par 5, hitting 3 into this green. So 63, gonna go 52 and hopefully decent distance control on this one. Kind of abbreviated the backswing, should be pretty good, I think. Go in. Oh. Pretty happy with that. Can't get too much closer. That rolled right past the pin. Obviously rolled out of that inner circle, but we'll take that par for that style of hole. Alright, 2 holes left. 17th hole, par 3. I haven't checked the camera this whole time besides the beginning. I really hope it's still going. Looks like it is. Hopefully the audio, I check after that one time that the audio, and I had to reset the phone. I check the audio every single time, so I do like a 10-second clip and basically just either tap on or blow into the mic to make sure it's going. So that worked, as long as nothing else kind of gave out between the time I did that and when I started it. It is recording. We're screen recording. The mic should be working, so want to be able to at least capture this film with a halfway decent score here of 1 under. 17th hole, par 3, 184 up 5, so 189 should be a good full 7 iron distance. Gonna catch it a tag cleaner than that last one I hit. A little bit heavy. It's gonna draw. Might actually fade back the other way, but started left. We'll see if it gets there. Go! Alright. possibly a little bit on the generous side. That was heavy again, but like I say, we will take it for par all day long. So 1 under going into the 18th hole here. We got a par 4, we got water. We'll see if I do the old self-jinx here and find ourselves in that water. So 264, I'm gonna favor the left side. 277 up 7 there. So we either got to hit a straight one or even a slight pull left will be good. A block out to the right or a slice could be trouble. But positive thinking, we're going to keep this one straight, and I'm going to stripe this. Up the right side. I don't know if it's going to come back a whole lot. Alright, it's coming. And by up the right side, it hit slightly right on the net. I knew that was going to come back a little bit, but low launch again, only 265. Granted, we were hitting, I think, up 7 into that, so that was 272 on the rollout. 137 left. That water should be out of play, I think. Knock on wood. But 137 up 1, so 138. I'm going to go pitch and wedge. Thin. I hit that yellow strip, which is why it was so loud. I could be long left. Land soft. That's kind of what I was talking about, though. I mean, 141 yard pitch and wedge when, on occasion, I get like 130, 135. Sometimes when I pop it up, I get closer to like 115, 120. So 140, I did hit it thin, but I mean, a par to finish it off, and that was at least halfway decent struck pitch and wedge. So, all right, folks, from Dauphin Highlands in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Again, courtesy of the subscriber by the name of Iron Geek 7933, also known as Scott Michael. Shout out to you, Scott. We ended up with a 1 under 71, so pretty good, pretty clean scorecard. Fairways hit were only 50%, that's kind of low, but greens and regulation, that's about as good as it gets. 16 out of 18, 35 on the front, even par, 36 on the back. Was off to a good start. That always helps when you don't put yourself behind the 8 ball and you start off with a birdie on 1 and then you get it down to 2 under. Obviously, like I said, we gave 1 back, but it was pretty after the 8th hole. A bunch of pars in a row, which is pretty good. So 32 putts, that's not great, but still under 2 putts a hole, which is good. Want to be close to 1, 1.5. 1's probably a little unrealistic. 1.5 is a good metric to aim at. But yeah, a little bit better. We'll take that for sure. Still not exactly striping the ball like I was the other day, but that was probably, I mentioned that last time, probably just one of those odd days where you come out and for whatever reason you're just striping it and hitting it really well. But at least I know that's kind of like, I know that I have that in me, and that's kind of like my ceiling. So even if that's only like a once in a blue moon type of situation where I'm striping everything really good, I know that I can eventually work up to that and then hopefully surpass that. So at least I kind of know it's there, and that's the possibility of it. But better today than the other day, back towards the right direction. Hopefully, again, we keep improving on it. Peaks and valleys throughout the golf game, but that's the way it is. Hopefully, I mean, 1 under, that would be, we only had, what, 1 bogey, so that would have only been 10 push-ups if this was the next round. Who knows, it could all fall apart here. I'm playing one of the 12 most challenging courses in the world, so if you guys haven't checked out those first couple buff bogey videos, I urge you to go do that. Basically, the way those work is for every single stroke over par, I have to do 10 push-ups. So bogey is 10, double bogey's 20, triple bogey's 30, you get the idea. And I do them as soon as it happens. So unfortunately, I don't reward myself for pars or anything better, just because, I mean, I'm doing it kind of as a punishment, deterrent, and course management type of situation. But yeah, we'll see if we can carry this somewhat decent golf over to the next one. So again, shout out to Iron Geek, Scott Michael. Anyone else out there similar to what Scott did, Scott Michael. He gave me a lot of background information, which I like. So if you guys want to see me play a course of your choosing, like he said, his 2 favorite in the area, or even a world famous course, a course you've never played or used to play back in the day. Just give me the name of the course and where it's located, the town in the country, or if it's overseas, whatever. Basically the name of the course and location, and then preferably just a little bit of background information, even a sentence or two, just so I can write it down like I do here, relay it. So like Scott told me on that par 5 to look out for that one and look out for the elevation. It's kind of cool when you have a little bit of background information for me going into it. I can relay it to you guys that are watching it, and also I have an idea of what I'm kind of getting myself into and to look out for. So that's what I have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You guys should be seeing basically 2 simulator vlogs, Monday and Wednesday, and then I've been keeping up, doing my best to crank out a new on-course video every single Friday. So like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the engagement on the channel really helps it out to get it in front of new viewers, and I'll see you guys at the next course.